Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Collection Mania Monday and we are going to take a look at the Brutfuner colored pencils. And this is an older set of the Brutfuners that I got out of a South Sun coloring set. Um, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because a friend of mine has bought the Brutfuners from the South Sun um, package recently, and we tried to compare colors and pull colors together and found that the color numbers don't match. So just so you know, these are an older set of the Brutfuner, so the color numbers that I may use today or any other day that I use these pencils may not be the same with the same brand. So I'm not sure why they changed the number system or when they changed the number system. I just know that my numbers didn't match up to hers, and they're the same pencils. With all of that, I'm going to take a look at these today, and we're, of course, going to color on our little sheet here. The next little thing of these little flowers with the Brutfuners so that you can see how well they compare with the other ones that I've done so far. A couple of things that I want to go over with you guys, not about these pencils in particular, about the channel itself, as well as the Facebook group. Um, with our Facebook group, of course, you just click on the little link that's on my banner of the YouTube channel. It will take you to our Facebook group. When you fill out that application, if you are filling that out on a cell phone, you will not see the little check mark area for the acceptance of our group rules. So we're not requiring that to be checked any longer until we figure out how to do that so that it shows the same on all types of media. But we do still require that the 3 questions be filled out in order to be accepted into the group. For the channel, we have a fantastic Christmas party coming up on the 13th. So in order for us to play a game for the grand prize, I have put together a bingo game that we will be playing. However, you do have to email me, and you can do that through the channel. There's an email address specifically for this channel that you need to click on and send me an email asking for your bingo card. If you do not send me an email asking for your bingo card, I cannot send it to you. Therefore, you will not be eligible on the Christmas party to participate for the grand finale prize. Other than that, those were pretty much the only things I wanted to remind you of. Of course, I'm always going to remind you to like all of the videos you watch that you enjoy. Leave me little comments so that I know you've been there, and I know that what I'm doing is what needs to be done for you viewers. As well as, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. It will tell you all about everything that comes up. I do try my best to make sure that I post every day except for Sunday, but life happens, and sometimes it might possibly come up that a video may not go up. With that being said, I am ready to dive into these wonderful pencils. I love these pencils. We're going to take a look at the swatch sheet. Now, I did do this swatch sheet over a year ago, so it is starting to fade out a little bit, but not a whole lot. This set has some wonderful creamy yellow colors into, of course, the skin tone, darker skin tones, almost orange colors, into the oranges, reds. I did sort these myself, and this pencil did look like a red. However, it's more of an orange. These 3 should be before that one, but that's what happens when you sort them yourself just by looking at the barrels. So we go into our reds, we go into purplish reds, into our skin tones, into our pinks, from our pinks into our purples, into our blues, from our blues into greens, and then into our browns. There's so many colors in this chart, this set. This set holds, I think, 168 colors. So it's a wonderful, wonderful set. Then we go into our browns, into our ruby browns, into our grays and blacks. And then we have an entire set of really nice metallics. Then on top of the really nice metallics, we also have some fantastic fluorescents. So the set does have everything you will ever need in gradients, in color. Every color family has more than enough different shades, different levels of each color. Now I do have my blinds open here, so the color that the light that is on the page is the natural light from the blinds being open. So I will try not to shadow everything too much. I'm also going to switch you over to the close-up camera and turn that light on as well, so that if I do shadow you, you're not too badly shadowed. Now we're going to pick our colors, and we've got some wonderful little bluebell type things here and some tulip type flowers, as well as a sunny type flower. So I'm going to grab my swatch charts because this is a very large set, and to know exactly what color you're grabbing, it's best to have your swatches open. And I really hope that if you have this set, that you really enjoy it. If you don't have this set, there are several different things out there that are listed for this set. And the thing that that confuses me with this set is that there is that I know of, three different companies that sell this set in their brand. South Sun is one, Guanghai is another, and Wanshui, or whatever it's called, is another one. And they all sell the Brutfuner pencils under their brand name. However, if you buy just the Brutfuner pencils under that brand name, they are extremely expensive, which is a little confusing to me because the South Sun and that sort of thing are not as expensive as the Brutfuner brand itself. So, but I just love these pencils. They are so rich and lay down so beautifully. They are an oil-based pencil, which is, to me, perfect because I love my oil-based pencils. If you are a wax-based person, these do blend. I did buy a set of these for my mom, who uses wax-based pencils quite a bit. And she says they blend with sorry, I'm sharpening the pencil, which is shaking the desk a little bit. Maybe I'll put it over on this desk. She says that they blend quite well with the Prismas, which is great. And we're just going to do this little flower here in yellow because I'm going to do pinks and blues for the other color, the other flowers. We don't want too much of one color. Although you could have too much of one color. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference beyond the fact that I want to show you as many colors as I can on this little tiny thing. So I'm just going to take my brush. Now, these are one of those pencils that does leave a little bit of a dust behind, so you will need your brush. And it's only if I sharpen them to a really fine point. They do sharpen beautifully. As you can see, that is a really, really good point. The wood isn't chipping, it's not peeling, and I haven't used these in quite a while, and I don't see any wax buildup on any of the pencils either, which is great. All right, so I've got the yellow down. I'm going to use an orange, a reddish orange. So as you can see, this one is very dull, so I'm going to give it a sharpen. Now, one of the things I did notice with this set is sometimes, depending upon the sharpener, they break down. But since I got this other sharpener, I don't seem to be breaking them half as much. Actually, I don't think I've broken a single pencil. I know that I've broken a pastel pencil, but not an actual colored pencil since I bought this pencil sharpener, which is awesome because I was breaking pencils left, right, and center with the other hand wands. All right, and I think that's just because of the way my hand moves. All right, so now let's go into our pinks here. I think I'm going to grab this one. And it's already nice and sharp, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Now remember to do your darkest in your areas that you want to be dark and lighten your load so that when you bring your lighter colors in, you can blend them together and you don't get that harsh line that I get sometimes because I forget to do that. Now I'm going to bring in a really, really pale pink. And it is also nice and sharp, so it should blend really well. And like I said, I'm blending them together by going over the dark and blending those lines together. If you do still see quite a harsh line, you just take your darker one and just very lightly blend it in and lighten that line a bit. Now for the other one. Another thing that I really enjoy with the Brutfuners is not only the fact that they do have so many different shades of every color, is they're really inexpensive if, like I said, you buy them with one of the other brand names. Like the South Sun, I think are usually running about $20–$30. They are on sale all the time. On the deal of the day under either Wan Shui or South Sun. And the only thing that I don't like about them is the fact that they have changed their number system recently. The colors are still the same, but they're not under the same numbers. Because I've looked at the colors that she swatched and they're just a different number, not a different color. Now we're going to use some blues down here, some nice light blues and a dark blue. So we've got, let's make sure that these are blues. Let's put those over there. So take our chart. Let's see, number. So I would definitely suggest with these pencils that you do a swatch chart. You know, it does help quite a bit with making sure that your colors are what you want to use for that picture. Like this one here is number 167, so it's a fairly dark blue, which is great. I want that. But it's not so dark that it's almost black, such as number 133 here, or 135. So it's not an extremely dark blue, but it's not an extremely light blue, which is what I wanted. And I'm making a mess. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to take this blue, I'm going to give it a sharpen because it's a little dull. And like I said, I haven't used these in a little while. And I don't sharpen them when I put them back in the box. I don't know why I don't. I just never do. I just stick them back in their package. So I'm just going to take this dark blue. I'm just going to put a little bit of it on the ends of these bells. And then I'm going to come in with the lightest blue I can find in my set and drag that blue down a little bit. Just make sure that you do your darkest at the very, very bottom where you want that dark blue to be, and drag that color down into the other color area because you're going to be going over that with your light. So number 80 seems to be a fairly light blue. I think by looking at it, it is probably the lightest one I have in the set. So we're going to put that one over there. Give number 80 some sharpener love. It is a cold and foggy day today. I was really hoping the sun would shine this morning, but it decided that it didn't want to. And I've moved a part of my desk so it's not blocking the window so much anymore. So I can actually have the natural light coming in, which is a good thing and a bad thing at times because it is on the opposite side of my desk from my hand. So a lot of things are blocked by my hand. Okay, so we've got that blue in there. And like I said, just drag that color down. If you're finding that your lines are really, really harsh, either go over it really lightly with your darker blue, and then bring the lighter blue into it and drag it down. And that's our blues for our cute little bluebells. And now we're going to go with a lovely little purple. And I'm going to take I do believe it's this one, a nice reddy purple. Which page is it? There's so many pages. So I'm going to take this pinky reddish purple, almost a number 98. So I'm going to start with this one, and then I'm going to finish with this one. So I need 98 and 81. So there's 98, and 81 should be right here. Okay, so both of these need a good sharpen. Number 98 is not too bad, but doesn't hurt to give it a little bit of love. Okay, and this one definitely needs sharpening. I don't use every single color in this. I have found that quite a few colors I don't use a lot of, so it kind of looks like they're going to waste because they're not loved at all. But it gives me that diversity of availability. So if I am doing a picture that typically would have a special color in it, this is the set I will go to because of the fact that there is so many different shades of each color. I'm going to actually see if I can get a better, don't know why it does that. Every single time I check and make sure that everything is in focus for y'all, and every single time it goes out of focus when I start coloring. I don't know why. So hopefully that's a little bit better for focus for you. The lamp that I have on behind it is probably quite harsh. On the camera too, so that might be a problem with it too. But unfortunately, in order for me to see these little tiny pictures. I need to have that lamp on so I can actually see what I'm doing. And I have found lately, and I will be asking my doctor about it when I go in, but I have noticed lately that sometimes the really small things are really hard for me to see, so which is a change, and it's not a change in the right direction, and I don't like it. But that's a part of getting older, right? So now I'm using number 137. I do believe is the one I want. It's a really dark green. Yes. So I'm going to use this 137. It's almost an evergreen dark green, just for the vines themselves. And I'm doing this very loosely, just to show that there's a color there. Because I don't like black vines. Okay. We're almost done this picture. Just got to do up the flowers, not the flowers, the leaves. And we're going to take a nice green, I think this one, and this one. Where is it? Number 42. I think this one is number 42. No, that's 104. How far off am I? That's another thing, is you just end up looking for numbers when there's so many of them. That one will work too. Okay, so I've got number 157 and number 17. Now, there's number 42. I was just going to say, that's kind of silly of me, because 157 is next to 42. Just use 42. So the number 17, I'm going to use in the darker areas, of course, because it's a darker green. Just make sure that you put it dark and then bring it in, so that when you go over it with the lighter, it'll blend it together. Just barely even touching the paper here with that green, because in those ones there, I just want the dark to be down here at the bottom, and the light will move up the darkness there. It'll brighten it up a little bit. Now these ones here, because of the shadows of the flowers and the center line of the vein of the flower, the leaf, it's a little bit lighter. Same with these. I'm just doing a little tiny tick at the bottom, because because they're so small, once we get the lighter green in there, it will brighten it right up. So we've got the lighter green here, and we're just going to go over that darker green and blend it all together into one color. Now, if you find that your darker color is a little bit lack there, you can just go back over at the very, very end. Just make sure that you don't extend your line. Make sure that your line is not extended and harsh. And but definitely the Brutfuners are one of my absolute favorites. It's one of the very first set of pencils beyond the Crayolas that I ever bought in a large set like this. And I used them for a very long time, almost 6, 7 months before buying another set of a different brand of pencils. So they have had their use, absolutely. This is the second set. The first set I bought, um, a friend of mine did not have any pencils, and she wanted to start coloring and needed them more than I did, so I gave them to her. And then I really missed them, so I bought another set. I found that I was reaching for my Brutfuners all the time, and they were, like I said, I gave them away, so it was, okay, I really need another set then. All right. That is that. Now we're going to take a blue. We'll go with the next lightest blue. I think this one here, and do the outer areas. And we're going to take one of the fluorescents. I think the fluorescent pink, and we'll do those little balls. I think this one here. I want to try this anyway because I was having difficulties sharpening the fluorescents with the regular pencil sharpener, and definitely it was me, not the pencil, so that was good to know. Just going to take this fluorescent pink, and we're just going to go around these little special areas here. Now, of course, this is Joanna Basford's Flourish book that I'm coloring this out of. The Flourish is a wonderful little book that she put out free of charge. It can be found on her website, that she put out for when COVID first hit, to help people cope with COVID and cope with being at home, de-stress a little. And it is just an adorable book. I have colored several different pages out of this book. And I just love these little tiny pictures because they're perfect for my color mania, my pencil manias, my collection manias, because they're very quick to color. I can color the entire picture, and I can definitely show what these pencils can do in such a small amount of time in a beautiful little picture. So now I haven't blended any of this. I do find that the oil-based blenders do work the best on these. However, the wax-based blenders still work quite well, such as the Prisma blender or the Blick blender. But I do find that the oil-based blenders do work quite well on it, a little bit better than the wax-based. And I think that's just because I find that the wax-based peels up the color a bit. And instead of brightening the color, which it's supposed to do, it seems to dull it down a little. Now, I also want to remind everyone that this coming Saturday, for our Saturday color and chat, we're going to switch it up a little bit on you. It won't be in my coloring corner. It will be in my kitchen. So I hope that that's fun for everybody, because it's something that I do every year for most people on my Christmas list. This year we're not going to do it for as many because we're not going house to house this year like we normally do, and because of COVID and our senior family members and our immune suppressed family members like myself, it's just not a good year to be doing that. So we won't be doing that. However, I still want to, make sure that I have the people that I can definitely stop and put it on the doorstep. I want to make sure that, and the people that are on their own, that don't have anybody else doing anything for them, that really, really enjoy having that thought there that somebody cares. I want to make sure that they get their baskets this year. So as you can see, that still works with the Prisma blender, but it does peel up quite a bit of the color, which bothers me. But I don't have any of the other blenders out right now. I think I've stuck them all in different pencil bags, and now I don't know where they are. I know the Lyra is with the Lyra pencils and the Blick is with the Blick pencils, but I don't know what I've done with my Derwent ones. Now, the blue that I've put on the background here, I have done very, very sparingly. So if it looks choppy when it's being blended, it's because there is very little color to blend. And if you don't put down enough color to blend with, your blending pencil does try its best to grab as much color as possible to blend into those white spots. But I knew that was going to happen when I put it down, so. And I will turn off this really bright light here in a minute that is washing out the color for you so that you can actually see the proper colors of these pencils. Like I said, they are a wonderful pencil. They are a fantastic budget-friendly pencil if you buy them the right way. If you just go and type in Brutfuner, you are going to find that they are quite expensive. However, if you go type in South Sun or Wan Shui, they are I know I shouldn't have done that. As soon as I did it, I knew I was going to go, nope, don't do that. Make sure you have your brush handy, because otherwise you're just going to end up with a mess. All right, I'm going to turn off this lamp and bring that up a little bit for you so that you can see the richness of the colors that I've used there. And even the sun, what little light I have coming through this window, even though it's a gray day, has washed out the lamp from the camera, which is cool. But beautiful, rich colors. And, even the pinks and the really pale pinks and everything else are just absolutely fantastic. And in comparison, let's throw it into the other camera here. And bring that camera down a little bit for you so you can see. Try not to do it too quickly so it stays in focus. Okay. So in comparison, I'm shoving things around here. We've got the Amazon Basics, and the Amazon Basics are a wonderful pencil. They are nice and soft. They are a wax-based pencil. So in comparison to a wax-based pencil to, the Brutfuners, which are an oil-based pencil, is pretty good. Their hold up is pretty good. Then we have the Black Widows, which is also a wax base. We have the Artezas, the Art and Fly. All of these pencils are wonderful, budget-friendly pencils. I know the Artezas have gone up quite a bit since I purchased them. The Bronzeals are an expensive pencil as well. However, the Blick Studio is a mid-range in cost. Black Widows are a mid-range in cost. So the Art and Fly, the Amazon Basics, and the Brutfuners are all very budget-friendly pencils that do beautiful work. I am in complete love with the Art and Fly pencils. They are so creamy. The Brutfuners are very nice for an oil-based pencil. They are quite nice lay down. They don't take a lot of pressure to blend them together. They leave beautiful color even with a very light shading like this blue here that I have down. Let's move that for you so you can see. I'm trying to get you. Oh, come on. Focus. It's not focusing, so I'll switch over. So the blue that I have there is a very, 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 very light shading of the blue, and then blended with the Prismacolor pencil, blending pencil. So it's very dulled down, and it is when it's blended like that, it's spread out, so it's very thin, and it's a nice bright color. Now this one here, just because we are going to skip it, is actually the Karen markers that I got out of my sketch box a couple of months ago, and I wanted to try them out. And then I got artsy with it and tried to blend and make all different fall blends, and those were the only really small area fall flowers that I could find. But the Blick Studios are also another one of those beautiful, easily blended, soft, so soft pencils. So if you enjoy a really nice soft pencil, I would suggest that is budget friendly. I would definitely suggest the Art and Fly. If you enjoy a bit of a stiffer pencil, but that goes down beautifully and blends really well, I would definitely suggest the Brutfuner. And I'm going to see if I can find my pen. Oh, there it is. Sorry, put my arm in your way. Put the name here. And it's spelled Brutfuner. And I will make sure that I put links for the South Sun as well as the Wan Shui that are the ones that I purchased. And both sets I ended up with Brutfuners. However, they can change them. I know a friend of mine just bought the South Sun recently, and they are also Brutfuners. So if you find that you purchase one of these sets and it is not the Brutfuner pencils, but a different brand, please let me know, because that just means that they have switched the base brand of their pencils, what they're putting out in their cases. Sometimes a company will use or purchase a different brand of pencil to put in their cases. So they don't actually create pencils, but they utilize somebody else's pencils for their case and their resale. Just like, the no-name brand soda is still a brand name soda, but they've purchased it to put it in their bottles. Same sort of thing. But anyway, I do thank you all very much for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed this video and found that it was informative as well as fun, because I like to have fun. And like I said, picture that the pictures in the Flourish book by Joanna Basford are just absolutely adorable. And I will leave a link in the About section on where you can download that book. Like I said, it is free, and she has some absolutely fantastic pictures in there that are just so cute. Final reminder, of course, if you want to join us for the Christmas party on December 13th, please, 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 please send me an email requesting your bingo card for the finale and the grand prize. If you do not have a bingo card that I have sent you, you are not eligible to enter that contest. Of course, if you want to help out the YouTube channel, you can do so by clicking on the PayPal Me tag on my banner, as well as the PayPal information in the About section on every video. What that takes you to is my PayPal account, where you can leave a monetized donation to the channel that is specifically for the channel, that is not for my personal use. Everything that goes into that little account will go towards content for the channel, giveaways, as well as shipping and that sort of thing, for anything that I ship out. It is, there is no funding for this channel beyond myself and my husband. So if you want to help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. And like I said, all of those funds go right back into the channel in one way or another. Last but not least, if you want to join us over on Facebook, please do. I have left a Facebook link to the Facebook group. It is a new group. It is not huge, but we do ask that you answer the 3 basic questions that are in the application, so that we can get you into that group as quickly as possible. With all of that, I thank you all very much for joining me today. Of course, leave me a comment, letting me know what you like about the video, or if you like the video. And if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, of course, please hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell. It does give you information on when I upload a new video or if I go live. And there is typically a new video out every single day, except for Sundays. And there will be certain ones that will have a special Sunday video, but I can't schedule those because they're special. Anyway, guys, I thank you all very much. You have a fantastic day. Always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Bye-bye for now, guys.